Oh, okay. So I have a question. How many of you have had the experience where your twin flame will appear, but when they do, it's very like mushy and don't mind. I have my next door's dog. Such a cute little puppy. But anyways, yeah, well, so they'll come into your life and they'll romanticize everything, and everything's just like, it's like a fucking fairy tale. They say all the right things, it's just perfect. But the moment you reciprocate, they ghost you, or they act like nothing ever happened. Like them being romantic, whatever, never happened. It's almost like they want to change the conversation. They don't want to talk about it. They become complete dickheads. And I do hear of a lot of people that do have, that say that they have twin flames. I hear the narcissist word come up a lot too. I mean, everybody experiences their twin flame differently, so yeah, but I'm pretty sure 9 times out of 10, a lot of people experience the ghosting, the back and forth, push and pull, runner chaser. And yeah, then the person starts to think that there's something wrong with them and that they're doing something wrong. And then that's when the reaching and the seeking starts to happen. They start to look it up on Google and books, or they'll isolate themselves and think that they have to go within to heal something because, they can't figure out why it's so hard to shake the person. Why are they so magnetically drawn to this person? I know, because I was there at one time and I'm still in it. But I'm not. Right? I no longer resonate with the runner chaser push and pull bullshit. Like I just choose not to deal with it, really, because it just doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't do anything for me anymore. And I kind of just live my life, So when my twin does that shit, it is what it is. And I choose not to play in it. I choose not to play the game. But it's okay if you choose to play in it. There's no rules to this. Everybody is free to do what they want to do. There's no rules, but yet you'll hear a lot of twin flame coaches and spiritual teachers, whatever, or Google, because a lot of people can Google things and look it up, Google like twin flames and look it up, and thinking that that's the way to, reading up on it and thinking that that's how they have to be. And when there is no rules to this, there is no rules. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do. There's nothing that you can do to make the twin flame appear. Although I will say, hold on 1 minute, I'm helping my grandchild find her channel. Although I will say, I've noticed, and this is what I've noticed, and I'm not saying that it's going to stick for you, but this is what I've noticed, is that the moment I choose not to play in it is when my twin, kind of like gets out of that romanticizing. Like I don't know. And it starts to like, the runner chaser kind of stops a little bit. I mean, it's still there, but it's not as consistent. But really, I mean, there's no knowing of how to do things, because they show up when they show up and they leave when they leave. And a lot of people seem to believe that they have to do all of this work to come into full union with their twin, and there is no such thing as full union. If your twin is coming in and out of your life doing the runner chaser thing, sweetheart, you're already in union. You're already in union, because that's just basically how the twin flame dynamic is. That's why they say it's not a normal relationship. It's not the norm. And the reason why it's not the norm is because there is this back and forth. Now, like I said, with me, I notice when I don't play so much in it, and this is something that I just don't really feel like doing. I mean, I've come to that place in my life where I'm just like, it's kind of gotten boring to me, and I don't know, I just don't care to do it anymore. Where before I used to play in it like a motherfucker, like I was playing in it. I was in it. Not so much anymore, but I've noticed since I've like decided not to do that, the cycle kind of breaks a little bit with them. You know how when they first come back and they're very like romanticizing and just gushy with you, mushy, and it feels like a fairy tale and all that shit. And this is what gets the person so stuck, because they really fall for that shit. And I noticed with mine, it's not so much the romanticizing anymore since I've decided not to play in it. But there are times when it does happen, the romanticizing does happen, and then, I would find myself falling for it. This was like a while ago. I would fall for it, and then it would go right back to that push and pull runner chaser. Where now I don't so much want to play in that. I don't know. It just kind of fell away from me. Okay. As a non-dual speaking, it kind of like fell away. It just doesn't happen anymore for me. But look, whatever happens. There are no rules to this. Like, the person being in it, there's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, there's no rules. God, there's a bug on my back. What the hell? Yeah, there are no rules to this. Whatever happens. But I will tell you this. Healing, meditation, trying to reach certain levels, trying to balance out your divine feminine and masculine, that's all work for you, not for them. It's just a tool. That's all it is. And it's work, because it is a tool. It's work. It's like going to school and learning something, right? It's work. And I personally don't like having to feel like I have to do something in order to gain someone. I know. But I'm just, yeah. So if you feel like all that healing and all that shit is going to bring them closer, you're going to be really disappointed, because I did that for 5 years and that didn't bring my twin flame closer. As a matter of fact, when I walked away from all of that is when he did come. But that doesn't mean that will happen for you. Different people, experience things, the twin flame thing differently, and you can do all that healing and them appear, but that doesn't mean that's why they appeared. They didn't appear because you were healing. It just meant that's when they decided to appear. It had nothing to do with you healing, though. Nothing. There's nothing that the person can do to make the twin flame magically appear. That's not how it works. Because I've known people that don't know nothing about the whole healing stuff and was literally going through the dark night or whatever you want to, I call it depression. They went through their whole depression over the twin flame and was sick to their stomach over their twin flame and decided to heal and all this stuff. But the twin flame never came, even when they did all of that. Baby, I don't know what you did. Sorry, guys, I'm helping my grandbaby out. What did you do? Baby, I don't know what you did. Yeah, but anyways, sorry guys. I was one of them. I did all the healing and stuff, and it just, and there are people that do healing and stuff, and the twin does show up, but it wasn't because they healed. Because like I said, mine showed up when I decided to walk away from the healing stuff and just focus more on myself. I was like, fuck this shit, I'm out. You know what I mean? Because at the, you know, I eventually just kind of got tired of it. But, so I'm saying there's no telling when they will show up. There is no fucking telling. You know? There's no fucking telling. It is what it is. But, like I said, you know, I'm still in it. And mine still comes and goes. And there are times where he'll be romanticizing and wanting, doing all that mushy shit with me. And then there's times where he won't. It's a catch-22. But the moment he starts getting all mushy with me like that, I'm like, bruh. Like, I don't feed into it because I feel like a lot of times when you do that, that's when you get stuck, because you're believing in all of that, and they end up ghosting you anyways when you reciprocate to it. It becomes a vicious cycle. So yeah, there are times when he does and there are times when he don't. And I find that when I don't play in it is when he kind of stops, and it becomes more of like a friendship, you know, first. And you know, I mean, of course there's going to be kissing and hugging and all that involved, but there's not so much of the romanticizing talk. There's more actions than anything. There's just more actions than there is the mushy talk and all that. But yeah, honestly, there's no telling. There are no rules. There's nothing. I mean, there's nothing the person can do. Nothing at all. It is what it is, really. So don't be hard on yourself if, you know, being at peace or just having this freedom hasn't happened. It will happen when it happens. It will happen when it happens. You know what I mean? And don't be hard on yourself if you're still choosing to play in it. That's just what's happening. There's no rules to this whole twin flame thing. And it's sad because the internet will have you thinking that you have to do certain things to come into like a full union. It's just nonsense. It's nonsense. There's nothing that you can do. I mean, people think when they're in that runner chaser dynamic that they have to do something to have them completely in their lives. And I'm going to tell you, there's nothing you can do to have them fully just there in your life in a consistent basis, because they come and they go, and that's union. That's union. It's not a normal relationship. That's just the dynamic of the twin flames. They come and go, in and out. Sometimes they stay for a long period of time and then boom, they're gone. And then they come back again. And then it's the back and forth, or then it's a long drawn out time. And some don't come at all. Some people have those long drawn out separations and they never see their twin flame again. And there's nothing that you did wrong. It has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. It's just they're not coming back. They're not coming back. I've had so many people come for my head talking about this shit because they don't want to hear what I have to say. And I understand that. Look, it's not for everybody what I'm saying. But I have had people come for me. I've had someone tell me, oh, you're not even, if that's how you feel and that's how you're thinking, you're not in a true twin flame. You know, really, whatever, a true twin, you're not with your true twin flame is what they said. And I'm like, oh, so you're the expert. Who are you to tell me? Right? He was like, because twin flames is a spiritual thing and it's to bring you closer to God. Go ahead and tell your twin flame some shit like that, and they're going to think you're fucking crazy. I'm telling you right now. Now, there are some twin flames that are into God and spiritual and stuff, but they're not looking at it in the way that you're looking at it, though. Because I'm not saying that There are twin flames that are not spiritual. There's not spiritual or into God or religious, whatever. There are. But they're not looking at it as like you're looking at it. Like, and some may say that they understand the connection, but they really don't, from what I've noticed. But God and spirituality have nothing to do with the twin flame connection. You don't have to be fucking spiritual to encounter your twin flame. Anybody can encounter their twin flame. It doesn't matter what you're in. It doesn't matter. But you have some people that will tell you, well, what are you doing for them to run from you? Maybe you got some more healing you need to do to stop them from running. No, fuck that. Why is it gotta be what we're doing? Why do we have to be the one that's at fault here? There's nothing that we can do. It has nothing to do with us and everything to do with them. It's when they choose to show up. You can do all the fucking healing you want. You can do all the healing you want. And kudos to you if that's something that you want to do. But I'm going to tell you right now, it has nothing to do with your twin flame coming around. They will come when they come and they will go when they go. Bottom line. But I've had a few people come at me. Read the Bible, I've been told. Read the Bible. It even says in the Bible that, you know, about twin flames. Where? Because I used to be religious. Where does it say that? I used to read the Bible faithfully. Until I, you know, had this realization that there was a lot of limited beliefs in that thing. But I was limiting myself. And this is just my experience, what I feel, you know, and I'm not knocking people that are religious, okay? So let me put that out there. If you're religious, whatever. But don't push your beliefs on somebody else is what I'm trying to say. And that's what I felt. I felt attacked, you know? And I'm not your teacher. I'm not trying to tell you what the fuck to do, okay? I'm just telling you my story and what I have experienced. I've been through all of the healing. I've done everything I could possibly fucking do. And this motherfucker still runs. And then sometimes he don't. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. There is no telling. Do I call it a relationship? Hell fucking no. But in their minds, they don't come out and tell you. And maybe sometimes they do, but that's their way of being in a relationship. That's normal to them. And with us, we're comparing it to other relationships. And we're not looking at it as being normal. So when they start to run, we kind of get in our heads a lot. And we're like, well, what the fuck are we doing wrong, right? What are we doing wrong? Nothing. Nothing at all. It's just that with them, that's their way of showing up. Really. And like I said, what I've noticed is that the moment I kind of not feed into the whole romanticizing shit and the mushy shit is when I start to see a difference in the way he starts to show up in my life. But then again, it does happen. The romanticizing does pop up here and there once in a while, but not as much. I don't know. Like I said, there's no telling. And I'm not going to sit and like try to figure it out neither, because I'm not going to waste my life doing that. Waste my time doing what you know what I mean? I'm just not going to fucking do it. But I don't know. I just felt like I needed to get on here and talk about this for those of you that want to hear it. And for those of you that don't, I completely understand. This isn't for everyone. Okay? This isn't for everyone, but I hope you can see me. Because from what I'm looking at, it looks hella dark, but I am outside. Do you be you. Do you be you.